And my thought was to, okay, we already have a landscape version of this game, so why not just switch it to a portrait game? Because normally a mobile game device is portrait, so it's vertical. A lot of people use their phones vertical. So it makes more sense to possibly make a game that's like the same thing, so they don't have to turn it sideways. It makes the game a little bit more hyper casual, being able to use one hand versus two hands. So that was my thought process. So I clicked play after switching to the portrait. And you can see the UI menu needs some updating where the logo and the button is. But also on the gameplay screen, we have to move things around for the UI. But the joystick seems to work for the dynamic joystick, I think. But we had it set up differently for my character in part 1 of the video, so that could possibly be the reason why it's working at the moment. So I actually went to my character and copied those two nodes that I found that was working for my character, and I'm connecting those two and unhooking the receive joystick from the previous character, and I delete the mobile controls and I hit play. And if you use the joystick with these two nodes, the character is actually going the opposite direction, which is interesting. So we're gonna have to switch the rotation again, but in the UI menu I just deleted the previous joystick, put this joystick in the middle, move some of the UI assets around to make sure that we get the portrait style correct for the UI. These are just quick fixes because the game is already kind of built. We just need to move things around. And then for the UI move, you can actually connect the idle to the play for the idle animation. And then for the move, I connected it to the run animation. And on the UI screen, I forgot to change the title screen, but we can actually skip that so that the game actually starts directly in the 3D world if we connect the start to the 3D world. And that way we can just skip the title screen entirely and get straight into the gameplay. Makes a lot more sense. And I'm just moving all the home button nodes to the 3D world. That way everything's super seamless. When I test the gameplay, we can just play directly into the game without needing a title screen.